It does not matter how slowly you go, as long as you do not stop. By three methods we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is easiest. And third, by experience, which is the bitterest. Better a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without. Study the past if you would divine the future. To be wronged is nothing unless you continue to remember it. Learning without thought is labor lost. Thought without learning is perilous. A superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. To see the right and not to do it is cowardice. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. To know what you know and what you do not know, that is true knowledge. Success depends upon previous preparation, and without such preparation there is sure to be failure. When it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. Humility is the solid foundation of all virtues. The strength of a nation derives from the integrity of the home. I am walking with two other men. Each of them will serve as my teacher. I will pick out the good points of the one and imitate them, and the bad points of the other and correct them in myself. The cautious seldom err. Wisdom, compassion, and courage are the three universally recognized moral qualities of men. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Wherever you go, go with all your heart. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. When anger rises, think of the consequences. The more man meditates upon good thoughts, the better will be his world and the world at large. If you think in terms of a year, plant a seed. If in terms of 10 years, plant trees. If in terms of 100 years, teach the people. To see and listen to the wicked is already the beginning of wickedness. You cannot open a book without learning something. A gentleman would be ashamed should his deeds not match his words. The will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential. These are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. Never give a sword to a man who can't dance. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. What you do not want done to yourself, do not do to others. It is more shameful to distrust our friends than to be deceived by them. To see what is right and not to do it is want of courage or of principle. In a country well governed, poverty is something to be ashamed of. In a country badly governed, wealth is something to be ashamed of. They must often change who would be constant in happiness or wisdom. Virtue is not left to stand alone. He who practices it will have neighbors. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. It is easy to hate and it is difficult to love. All good things are difficult to achieve, and bad things are very easy to get. Old age is a good and pleasant thing. It is true you are gently shouldered off the stage, but then you are given such a comfortable front stall as spectator. If we don't know life, how can we know death? We should feel sorrow, but not sink under its oppression. Without feelings of respect, what is there to distinguish men from beasts? The superior man is distressed by the limitations of his ability. He is not distressed by the fact that men do not recognize the ability that he has. The firm, the enduring, the simple, and the modest are near to virtue. Do not impose on others what you yourself do not desire. Never contract friendship with a man that is not better than yourself. Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. He who learns but does not think is lost. He who thinks but does not learn is in great danger. Heaven means to be one with God. The wisest and stupidest of men never change. The expectations of life depend upon diligence. The mechanic that would perfect his work must first sharpen his tools. To practice 5 things under all circumstances constitutes perfect virtue. These 5 are gravity, generosity of soul, sincerity, earnestness, and kindness. The superior man thinks always of virtue. The common man thinks of comfort. The superior man acts before he speaks, and speaks according to his action. To go beyond is as wrong as to fall short. I am not one who was born in the possession of knowledge. I am one who is fond of antiquity, and earnest in seeking it there. Faced with what is right, to leave it undone shows a lack of courage. An oppressive government is more to be feared than a tiger. The superior man understands what is right. The inferior man understands what will sell. Go before the people with your example, and be laborious in their affairs. When you are laboring for others, let it be with the same zeal as if it were for yourself. Look at the means which a man employs. Consider his motives. Observe his pleasures. A man simply cannot conceal himself. He who speaks without modesty will find it difficult to make his words good. A youth, when at home, should be filial and, abroad, respectful to his elders. He should be earnest and truthful, overflow in love to all, and cultivate the friendship of the good. When you know a thing, to hold that you know it, and when you do not know a thing, to allow that you do not know it. This is knowledge. The object of the superior man is truth. When we see persons of worth, we should think of equaling them. When we see persons of a contrary character, we should turn inwards and examine ourselves. To rule a country of 1,000 chariots, there must be reverent attention to business, sincerity, economy in expenditure, and love for men. Instead of being concerned that you have no office, be concerned to think how you may fit yourself for office. Instead of being concerned that you are not known, seek to be worthy of being known. The superior man makes the difficulty to be overcome his first interest. Success only comes later. Ability will never catch up with the demand for it. Death and life have their determined appointments. Riches and honors depend upon heaven. He who exercises government by means of his virtue may be compared to the North Polar Star, which keeps its place and all the stars turn towards it. The faults of a superior person are like the sun and moon. They have their faults, and everyone sees them. They change, and everyone looks up to them. The superior man does not, even for the space of a single meal, act contrary to virtue. In moments of haste, he cleaves to it. In seasons of danger, he cleaves to it. He who acts with a constant view to his own advantage will be much murmured against. If you look into your own heart and find nothing wrong there, what is there to worry about? What is there to fear?